see. Empower. Alright, he done. My chat wasn't working, but onion petals were the best thing on the Arby's menu. Onion petals? Is that like... What? Is that just like deep fried onion? Like when you get like an awesome blossom or something like that? Ice cream cake feels like it's been years. Mint and chocolate chips, the most awful thing in the world. Hope the inventor's in jail. I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite. I just pulled up that picture because it was the first ice cream cake that looked like what I liked. Sort of.
Can I help you?
Oh boy, that hurt. Mike, have you ever had the brownie thing where it's brownie dough, cookie dough, and Oreos cooked together? You just reminded me of it. That sounds just like a massive chocolate sludge. Impossible. Have you ever had food? Yes. I have tried a food once or twice. What's the most adventurous food have you ever tried, and did you like it? The most adventurous? Man, if I'm like anywhere and it's like someone's serving me dinner or something, like I'll try whatever once. I'm trying to think of something that you would consider adventurous. Like, I've never been to a restaurant that served, like, grasshoppers or anything like that, if that's what you're asking me. What's the hottest food you've tried? I haven't eaten a ghost pepper or anything like that, because I know I know I am weak to spicy. Like, I've had Thai food before, and I was like, oh my god! You know, like I was gasping by the end of it, and they were like, "We didn't even give you a hot meal." I was like, "I'm sorry, it's not you, it's me." Spice resistance 0. No, spice resistance -5. Like I take amplified spice damage. Like if I try to do one of those TikToks or I do like the hot chip challenge, we're just gonna have a murder on camera.
What brings you here? Farewell, what brings you here?
Let's see. No. I think that's an upgrade for that.
Farewell.
The one chip challenge is trash. All pain, no spice or flavor, not worth it. I do have a memory one time when we were, This was when I was younger and I was living with my parents, and we went on a vacation one time to Colorado. And we went to some restaurant my dad wanted to try, and they had a thing on the menu that was like super spicy, and they called the item on the menu was called armadillo eggs. And it was like some kind of stuffed pepper. And, you know, when they served them, they were kind of egg-shaped just because of like the final product. And I remember my dad ate one, and he took like a bite, and he was like tearing up, and he loved spicy food. And my mom and I were just like, oh my god. And he like drained his glass of water, and we're waiting on the waiter, and he was like bouncing his leg up and down. I was like, Dad, you can have my water if you want. And he drank my whole glass of water, and then like the waiter finally showed up, and then like he's like, I need a refill, like now. And he gets another glass of water, and he had only had one bite of these things. And like my dad is like a tough old man, and so he had this one bite, and then like he's like tearing up, and he like turns to me and my mom, and he's like, "Yo, want to try one?" And we're like, "No!" Like if it's doing this to you, we'll just die. No, I'm good, thank you. I choose life. Need milk? Yeah. He did need milk. We did not have any. Okay, are we... Alright, we finished the objective here, so we need to go back to the city. You guys, I'm pretty excited for Tuesday. I'm legitimately hyped for the Guild 2 expansion, and Mux things too, I guess. I mean, I'm also hyped for the Guild 2 expansion.
After you're done with your business and... I may despite... I win all one after... Oh, come on. Where's that fighting spirit? It's going...
Okay.
Farewell.
That's... What time do you start streaming on Tuesday? I'm aiming for 10 a.m. The same time my morning stream normally starts, and finishing it at the same time my evening stream normally ends.
Both the bazaar and observatory nearby. Keep in mind, picking one ally is the same as...
Alright, so time to join a faction. So the two factions in this game, one of them is basically, you get way higher magic find to find your own stuff. And the other is you can trade, it's like better at trading with other people. I'm just playing offline mode, so I'm just gonna get the crazy magic find thing.
With our knowledge of the stars, one might gain prophecies and use their guidance.
While aligning with the circle, you gain favor when slaying enemies or completing quests. Favor can be spent in the observatory to gain rep, which is in your experience in the faction. A small amount of rep is also gained when slaying enemies or completing quest lines. Okay. So enemies now have a 35% chance of dropping twice as many items. Alright.
Welcome. Speak with Galila. Welcome. Speak with Galila if you wish.
Okay. Can't do much there until I get more favor. Have you thought about what minion build you play in PoE 2? I haven't done a lot of research on PoE 2, no. Let's see. How do I... Let's do that. No, I'm sure it'll be good, and I'm eager to try it, but I've not been, like, doing a lot of research on it, because I've been bouncing between so many games lately. I mean, honestly, I would love to just go in there not knowing about the different builds and stuff and try things out and see how it goes. See what we find. Kind of like what I'm doing right now. Happy birthday. Not yet. The 23rd for me, but the 20th will be streaming all day, so that'll be sort of a celebration stream. Take out the hive. Challenge boss. That hurt. Okay. Muck, are you doing giveaways on Tuesday? If so, what time is it starting? Hello, Ganleal. The stream on Tuesday is from 10 a.m. Eastern time to midnight Eastern time. So we'll be streaming for like 14 hours. And we'll be doing something like, you know, every 2 hours, we'll pause for the stream for a few minutes. Like, we'll stop combat and fighting things, and then we'll do like 2 legendary giveaways. So it'll be, you know, roughly like midnight, 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 6 p.m., 8 p.m., you know, stuff like that. You know, and if I'm in the middle of something, I may wrap up what I'm doing and then we'll do it, stuff like that. In the past, I've done huge streams like that where we did giveaways every hour, and it took up too much time because it was like every hour is like I would stop what I'm doing, do the giveaway. It might take like 30 minutes, and then I would start playing again, and then 30 minutes later we would stop again and do a giveaway. So the giveaways ended up eating up like 50% of the stream. So I'd rather, you know, do it in you know, more giveaways at a time, and then bigger breaks in between them. Let's see. I don't know if I regret that point. Let's just get more of that. Hello, Mr. Like, hello, is Amber.
Just turn every minion to fire.
To fire. You're streaming Tuesday, neat. There's an X-Factor go see that day, Mike. Didn't know you knew. Yes, Banana, there is. What's the spell you keep enemies hitting enemies with the red circle one? This one? It's a curse. So it puts a debuff on them, and while that debuff is on them, every time they take a hit, they take an extra 56 damage. And they're getting hit with tons and tons and tons of little hits from all this stuff, so it's a lot of damage. Additionally, the curse is, there's an 80% chance when we hit something that is cursed to debuff their armor. So that stacks up to like 100 really fast. And there is a 75% chance when we hit something that is cursed that they get a dot on them, bleeding. So by putting this curse on them, like, they get just absolutely covered in debuffs and die very, very quickly. There's also a 25% chance that when something dies that's cursed, it explodes, taking out other nearby things, which is good for clearing, like, trash. Mark, are you going straight into the Janther story Tuesday? Yeah, probably. You know, in between the giveaways and stuff. So, I imagine the first few hours of the stream, we will have, you know, the expansion's not going to be out until like 2 or 3 hours into the stream, right? So we are going to be probably like cleaning my bags, and then like getting out an Excel spreadsheet and like deciding like, you know, how many legendaries we give away at what times in order to get through all of them. You know, figure out like a schedule, stuff like that. Just plan things out as best as possible. Also, I haven't heard back from Twitch about getting into the carousel thing, like we were able to get for the Steam launch. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. However, if it happens, the time slot I applied for was 1 p.m. to 2. So let's pretend for a second, chat. We're going to use our imaginations. Let's pretend that from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. I'm on the front page of Twitch. What? I don't know if I should be diving straight into the expansion stuff that might have a lot of like NPCs talking and stuff like that to make it as interesting as possible, or if I do what I did the day that we had 34,000 viewers and I was on the front page, I try to show the most interesting content in the game, which is like, I do Fractal 99 CM, I do Death Branded Shatterer that spawns at 115, you know, stuff like that. You know, and I just do that kind of stuff. However, that would mean doing some, like, old content that's not related to Janthier at all for, like, an hour. So, I'm kind of torn on that. Last time we got put on, yeah, I've been put on the Twitch front page 2 times. One time, they told me it was going to happen, and I planned it out, like, and I had a group of 9 people waiting for me at Strikes, and another group of 4 people waiting for me at Fractal 99, and I showed off Strike bosses, then I showed off the Nightmare Fractal with all its amazing music, then I showed off the Death Branded Shatterer, and, you know, basically just like, interesting thing, cool looking thing. And, like, the thing is when you're on the front page, thousands of people go to Twitch's front page, glance at it, and then click off it really quickly, right? So even if you're on the front page and no one is finding you interesting, you're gonna have a few thousand more viewers. However, if they're like, wait, that looks cool, what's that? And they stay there, your numbers skyrocket really rapidly. So, on that day that I had everything meticulously planned out, we managed to hit 34,000 viewers and kept them. I was only on the front page for an hour. I kept most of them for like 12 hours. They really liked what we were showing, and I was thrilled by that. You know, like, we hooked them successfully. The second time I was on the front page, they did not tell me it was going to happen. I assumed it wasn't going to happen, and then I found out 30 minutes into it that it had happened. And we were just like, and in that moment in time, we were just like, I was answering questions, and I was just standing there. And we were at 10,000 viewers, but it could have been so much better. That guy got wrecked. Just do homestead decorations. I don't know if I'll have a homestead yet, it would be. Who took the recently deceased from the morgue? What's up, Jesse? Best of tour sounds fun. Now, I don't want to do PvP and World v World, because those are game modes, or if there's trolls, I could have people ruin it, right? So I don't want to do that. I think I might have seen the mortar. I saw like an arcing faint green shot. Still keep forgetting to check on a boss if we're seeing chill stack up. Anything short of a boss dies too quickly to see. Ow. Oh, another thing the curse does, I forgot to mention this earlier, because someone asked me what the curse did earlier, and I mentioned a few things. If the target has 12% health or less, they just die. We just skipped that part. Stream just all of a sudden shrunk for me. Oh no, it's cold! Warm up your computer! Let's see. Be funny, maybe dangerous, leave your home instance open for an hour and tell people to randomly build in it. Be like that Pimp My Ride show, but it'd be like, you know, Pimp My Homestead. and just have people go nuts. I would need to get a bunch of materials in there for people to work with, because remember, you have to get like mats and stuff. That would be like something we would have to prepare for, like not on day one. Or if we did it on day one, it would take a significant amount of time. Honestly, I was so afraid of that 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. idea being just like old content. And then someone in chat said, oh yeah, call it like a tour of a best of tour. And I was like, oh, I like that. Just that simple phrasing. It's kind of like saying old and busted versus saying retro. You say retro and suddenly it's cool. You say old and busted and people are like, oh man, we need to trade this in. Now I gotta think of more really awesome stuff to showcase. So, because I've done this before, I know at 1 p.m. my time. So let's again, we don't know if I've got that slot. But wow, I look really red right now because the lighting. I've got a light right here that points at me. It's a ring light, and see this is me with that light off. The settings on it got reset when we had a power surge yesterday. And so now it's like, it's all messed up. Anyway, I know that at 1 o'clock is the Octovine. I love the Octovine. I don't think, if you're not a Guild Wars 2 player, I don't think the Octovine is that cool to watch. You know? It's a bunch of people beating on a wall and then opening treasure chests for 5 minutes. But at 1:15 is the Death Branded Shatterer. That's pretty freaking cool. Drakkar is around that time. Drakkar might be cool to show off. Strike missions are cool. Fractal Nightmare, whatever number it is now, they keep shifting it. It used to be 99. Fractal whatever number, Nightmare is awesome. World Boss are good to watch. Yeah, Death Branded Shatterer looks awesome. And I would want to be on NA because EU just stands on the foot and blitzes it, and you don't really see the mechanics at all. NA, it's longer, but they do the fight. Fractal Nightmare is 96 now. Yeah. Dude, I love the what is it? The music
Well,
in that Fractal.
let's go thin the numbers a bit, shall we?
Like the first boss and the final boss are both so good. I can't even remember the music for the second boss, but I remember the first and final I love. Maybe show more vistas? I don't know. World v World is awesome too, but it's again, I don't want to do something where other people's stream sniping can ruin the experience. And oh man, yo, recently, I know this because like I'm in a Discord with the other partners, super secret stuff. Wait, hold on a sec. I can't see my curse. It's making gushy noises, but I can't see it. Is it the texture? Yeah, it's like here on the planks. I can't see it here. Weird. Anyway, all right. Straight up, I'm just gonna say this bluntly. Like, there are a few ArenaNet partners that I did not know this because I don't ask them. I don't care, that are trans, and they had a whole bunch of people like do a hate raid in their chat over this last week. This happened to multiple partners, and basically just like, you know, say really vile stuff, just like spamming it. So it was either one guy controlling like 30 accounts, or it was like a huge group of like 30 people. I'm not sure which. But they've been kind of like making the rounds of it's just like one group of nasty people kind of making the rounds in like the Guild Wars 2 section. And I know they hit Laura, they hit Aurora Peachy, and they hit some other people who I didn't know them, so I don't remember their names at this time. And the devs have been, you know, doing what they can, like for the people that they had Guild Wars 2 account names for. They've been, you know, working on banning them. But when it happens on Twitch, you know, you need to report them to Twitch, not to ArenaNet. So it's been a whole thing. So it's very much a, one bad egg situation. Like, if I'm streaming to 10,000 people, I don't want to do something where one jerk could ruin the show, which is PvP or World v World, unfortunately, kind of opens you up to that. So I would maybe, like, brag about how cool the game mode is and pull up, like, a video of it. While I'm thinking about, like, pulling up a video, maybe, like, roller beetle racing. Like, I don't think I'm great at roller beetle racing, but I could pull up, like, a cool clip of a roller beetle race or something and just show, like, oh, yeah, the community builds these things. Stuff like that. That might be good, now that I'm thinking about it. That's really crap. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know, Guild Wars 2, is there anything to control who your World v World are PvPing with? There is, to an extent, but nothing. I think it would be a better use of my time. Like, for this hypothetical 1 hour where I might be on the front page, I think it would be a better use of my time to just show other stuff rather than try to finagle that. Like, for example, in PvP, you can do a custom arena, but then I would need to find 9 other people to be on the 2 teams and, etc., and make sure they're all, like, of near skill level, because we wouldn't have the matchmaking system to help us out. Like, it would just be a much bigger process. Weeping Willow's flying vids are great. Dude, I feel like you can't really appreciate how good they are at, flying mounts until you have tried the flying mounts in Guild Wars 2, so like the Griffin, and seen how difficult they are to use. And then you're like, oh crap, they're good. Like, you don't realize that what they're doing is kind of challenging if you've never tried it. It's like, oh yeah, they're just going up and down, whatever.
All we got to do is steer Talon towards the temple, and she should take care of the rest of the way. Hold on.
Check out this level, people who haven't seen it before. This is a rock. R-O-C.
Get ready for a fight.
Name him Dwayne. Dwayne the Rock. And I'm sure nothing bad will happen. Oh God! He's been impaled! Rock down. Did you know you could turn your skeletons into golems with a unique? I did not. There's a lot of uniques in the game. I have not seen the one of which you described. I think there's a Blish module that helps with learning to fly a Griffin. I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of Blish modules in the game. You know what I've considered for like a possible new project to kind of chew through? Okay, the idea is this. A series of videos where each one would be no longer than a couple minutes, kind of like get to the point. But each one essentially showcases one module in Blish HUD. Like, this is this module, this is what it does, this is how to use it. End of video. And that would kind of give me something that I could, like, chew on for probably, like, a month or two. I think if I was going to pull the trigger on that, it would be after Janthier has calmed down a little bit. And then I'd probably ask the Blish guys, like, hey... Because, like, when I made the Blish HUD guide, I checked with the guy who made it. And made sure it was okay with him. Now, I didn't have to do that. There's no rule for that. But I wanted to be on good terms with him. So I'd probably